Well, let's talk about Leah, the competition and the presentation of the awards last night. I mean, there was a lot of great awards, a lot of great spirits.
Well, over the years, since Penn and I both have been doing this, we've seen such an increase in the quality.
Yeah.
You know, that's what we really drive home. You were a judge.
Right.
Many of the other judges, that's what they are impressed with. They've been doing this for quite several years with us as well, and just the increase in quality is phenomenal. And then the increase in distilleries. You know,
and our attention to the transparency in the process.
The transparency is huge because it's very important to us that, you know, the industry understands how the competition is conducted, how the evaluations are completed, how it is completely blind.
Right.
You know, we welcome anybody to come help and watch, you know, to see how totally transparent this evaluation really is. So we pride ourselves in that.
Yeah.
And we take a lot of care, and Ted Huber has been gracious enough to host this competition. It has a complete staff and the appropriate facility to ensure the quality and standards are upheld. You know, from the time the boxes arrive on site, you know, they go in a locked safe. They're never opened until the judging team moves in and pulls them out. And it is very, very important because last night, as you saw many of the guys walking away with medals around their necks.
And wearing them.
And you know, it's marketing value, but it also says to the industry, this is what I've accomplished. You know, so, and having someone like Tito, who was the grandfather of craft distilling in the United States, to stand there with these guys and to encourage them. And, you know, it's like he said, gee, I wish I would have had all this when I was starting out.
Yeah.
You know, he was the first distillery in Texas since Prohibition.
Right. That was really
So, you know, and to hear his
insane.
story, and, you know, craft is many different things to many different people.
Right.
Volume, how you make it, you know. Our current threshold is 750,000 proof gallons removed from bond annually, produced from all sources. But who knows how long that will stay. We may increase the threshold.
It's what, like Paul Gatza was
What
saying,
the
you know,
brewing industry.
make it a big number because you don't want to have to go back to the board and change the bylaws every 6 weeks because somebody's suddenly taken off. And, you know, of course we had this whole problem with authenticity, truth in advertising, truth in labeling, and the code of ethics is what we did. So we didn't go out there and say, oh, this is good and that's bad and we're going to certify that and this guy is no good. You know, we're nowhere near anything like that. It's like, it's an agreement of philosophy that you're going to do the right thing. And it's up to you if you don't. If you don't, somebody's going to call you out. And then you're going to get called out and someone's going to call up and say, man, is it true you're putting live goats in your mash bill? I mean,
I think the term yesterday was coyotes.
You know, well, goats and coyotes. You know, if that guy did coyotes, I can do goats. You know, that's not the. You know, it's like, are you really doing that?
Right. So, two questions. This is such great insight you all are providing. I really appreciate it. Two questions for you all. Where do you see the craft spirits industry going, and how will the I guess twofold, how will the ACSA be a part of it?
Well, let me answer first one part of that, because Leah has a very, very good perspective on it. As you know, I'm stepping up as executive director, stepping down, stepping up. I'll be on the board. I'm going to be, you know, helping the new person, man, woman, animal, whatever's there. But, you know, to bring more... to bring some leadership at that level where we haven't been able to work, because the ideas are there, we know what to do, we haven't been able to execute them because just getting to this point has been such an effort. And it's kind of like the boiling point in water. You know, it's that last 2 degrees that take all the heat. You know, you can get up to the point of boiling, you know, easy. To get it to boil is hard, and that's very much what we've done.
Building a firm foundation was our #1 goal, you know, to lay the bricks and the mortar so we have a great infrastructure to build for the future. And that is so vitally important because someday we'll be long gone. And these little young guys you see running around here that are being bred to run their farm family distilleries, they will be the next generation. And it's important because when we're gone, I mean, just, you know, I kind of liken it to one of the older associations in the industry, WSWA. They've been around for 75 years. They have this great, infrastructure. They have this great association, and that's the way we will grow. And growing pains is a fabulous problem to have. We do have a lot.
They are painful though.
But they are painful.
And as you saw when I was talking to Steve Curtis from IBB, Great Britain as well. So we've got an international focus that I'm very interested in, especially with education. Education is a big part of what we're going to do, and it's some of the stuff we have not been able to really focus on. So we're really kind of letting the horses out of the stable.
Developing right now in Massachusetts. I was just speaking with the interim president there. Illinois is just expanding. We have, the staples, some of the originals, the Oregon Distillers Guild, Colorado Distillers Guild, Texas Distilled Spirits Association has a fabulous guild here. But helping these guys and helping us being the national association and them being under this umbrella. And that's why we have representatives from every state guild who will be in this meeting this afternoon. And that is unprecedented, the first time it's ever happened.
And that's going to be at what time?
It's at 1:30. And that will be led by Nicole Austin.
Okay.
So that is something you definitely won't want to miss because, they're the voice of the distillers in their states.
Right. And when you add that up, it's a tripod. You have the parent organization, you have the guild, us, ACSA, you have the guild, and then you have Discus. And so you got, if you're going into a meeting with a congressman or something, you've got not only direct constituency, you've got a lot of power. And and if they come in and they're organized, the guys, they tend to go, I get it, okay, I think we can move this forward. And there's just so much more than being able to say, well, who do I call? There's some guy over there, and he's too busy, and it's all mumbo jumbo. This isn't, and so that is a huge accomplishment because that enables us to have impact on a legislative basis, and which is still ongoing because it's still dawning on America that prohibition is over.
Yeah, that's true.
And there still are prohibition hangover laws hanging around in many states. And people like you have provided Bourbon Blog.
Yeah.
We call him BBT. He's provided a great service to the industry
for years
because you've probably got more followers than anyone I know. And people listen and they watch, and it's very important for us to get the word out to the world. This is what's going on here in craft. So guys like you,
thank you. It's an honor and a pleasure to be with you always. And really, it's been great to cover these stories, watch it grow so much, even the last few years. I can't wait to keep on covering.
You will.
And joining you guys, and thanks for having us. And always